Hi Dad, it's August 8th, the evening of August 8th, and I'm officially beginning this big project I set out for myself that we've been talking about, which is reading the entire Forgotten Realms series. Wish me luck. Now, I know you know this, but I'm already well past chapter 1, but I decided that I was going to do a video for each chapter so I could have smaller chunks to talk about. First thing is, I wanted to talk about the fact that Paldo is one of my new favorite characters, and maybe it's just, the sheer amount of sass and personality that Paldo has, but he's just a really refreshing character to have on the page, and I love him a whole lot. The other thing is, we talked about the fact that I completely missed Tristan's initial description when I read this through the first time. It took me reading it out loud to you before I realized what he looked like, and that's because I bonded to Canthus and Angus, the two moorhounds, a lot quicker. And this is really surprising to anyone who actually knows me because, of course, I am a huge cat person. So one of the other things that came up, and this is literally probably just my experience, but I do not understand how all of a sudden we have insta best friend with Dareth and Tristan. And maybe this is because I have literally never had this happen to me. Like, I've had people who I really admire a whole lot and people who I think are really cool and I would like to be their friend, but I've never been this brazen before. And maybe it's because Tristan's a prince, but he just, decides that, oh, Dareth kicked my butt in a fight. Surely this means we are destined to be best friends. One of the other things that came up was how many times in one, not even, okay, just barely over a full page, how many times can we reference a bloody summer with these Northmen approaching? So I don't know, that was kind of weird for me. But it's like, can we at least sprinkle in more analogies? And lastly, I guess, sorry, it's not analogies, it's metaphors. Lastly, this is another jab at myself where I was reading this and I thought this was kind of cool because, of course, how else are you going to get inside the goddess's head except to literally change the perspective of the chapter? But I was so convinced that this was going to end up being Maliki based on the presence of the druids. And you have told me that, in fact, I am wrong. It is Shantea. I have no idea how that is supposed to be evident, but again, it's the first book and it's the first chapter.